All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking about real music in real time for a few real people out there, just like you, just like me. All right, before I get going, this album here, very interesting. This is Backwoods Spirit, and their album is called Fresh from the Can. If you like the Black Crowes, the Allman Brothers, this is that kind of music coming to us from Sweden, of all places. Yeah, apparently there's an Americana strain that goes through Sweden. So check out this band. They're really nice guys. They sent me both of their albums, and I haven't promoted them enough. So there you go, fresh from the can. I don't know, maybe I was thinking like certain things that are in the can or should go down the toilet. Not this album, but some of the things that little Stevie Van Zandt is saying. Holy crap, Batman. Now, the headline of this could get this video banned. Here's the headline. Jonesy sent this to me, who apparently reads Breitbart. Maybe I need to start reading Breitbart because this is nuts, folks. I don't care if you like Bruce Springsteen or not. I don't care how much you love Bruce Springsteen or Stevie Van Zandt. This is really uncalled for, okay? Here's the headline. Bruce Springsteen's E Street Band guitarist Steven Van Zandt deletes call to exterminate GOP cockroaches. Exterminate GOP cockroaches. Now, full disclosure, I am not a Republican. I am an independent. Just want to put that out there. So, Stephen, I'm not part of the GOP. I may be a cockroach, though. Depends on what he's talking about as to why he would want to exterminate a GOP cockroach, okay? All right. His rallying cry to target GOP supporters, half of America, it's true, came during an expletive-laden exchange on Twitter. It began when the guitarist ventured forth by abusing what he called Republican white supremacist scumbag cowards and pussies that need guns to feel like real men after the Tennessee representatives demanded gun controls. All right, I want to stop here for a moment. Does anyone know about the motive yet of the Tennessee shooting? Anybody know the motive? Like, why? Wasn't there a manifesto? Have we seen that manifesto to find out what the motive was? Was the motive the gun? The gun created its own motive? The gun walked into the school on its own and started shooting all by itself? No, the gun had an operator, okay? Imagine if you got rid of all the guns and then the police were the only ones and the government were the only ones to have the guns. With today's atmosphere, does anyone think that's a really good idea? Oh, well, we've got F-16s. Yeah, okay, well, I still want a fighting chance. Some kind of a fighting chance. I know I'll need a bunker, right? Maybe somebody can build me a bunker. All right. So anyway, just a little interjection there about what's going on over in Tennessee after, was it 3 9-year-olds got killed and 3 adults got killed? They got shot to death. And nobody really cares about the motive. See, if the motive was, perfect for the narrative that they continually try to put out there, if the motive matched, then this probably wouldn't be an issue. But the motive obviously is in question. So we have, or it will never be known probably. So we have to call out the gun, of course. And he is calling people who feel the need to be protected. Now, what about women? Okay, he says that cowards, scumbag cowards, and the P word. I don't know. I used to say that word all the time when I was younger, but now Obviously, it's taken on it's taken on a different characteristic now that women are out there using it in a certain way. Anyway, so if you want to purchase a firearm to protect yourself and you're a woman, oh, I get it. I understand now, because then it'll make you feel like a real man. And that's okay, because if you're a woman these days, you might want to become a man. I get it. No, that's not it. He's just broad brushing here that they're just a bunch of Republican white scumbags. And then, of course, he threw the word supremacist in there, which is always great. So this guy, Stevie Van Zandt, he might as well work for MSNBC, right? I mean, this is just right out of that playbook. Isn't this music that he's a part of? And again, I keep saying this about Springsteen. Isn't this supposed to be about the working man, the heartland? I mean, who is this music designed for? I mean, I'm just curious. I mean, is it not designed for that group of people? Americana? I mean, if you're a rancher, are you listening to Bruce Springsteen? Maybe in the old days, you had the working class who thought that these people were their allies. What went wrong? Like, what went wrong? Just because you might want to own a firearm for protection. So he deleted his original anti-Republican post. Again, I am not a Republican. I think it's a uniparty. That's the way I look at it. But I am very much in favor of the Second Amendment, especially when the government is just completely out of control, which it is. And are they going to start forcing everybody to think like little Stevie Van Zandt? He goes on to say he deleted it because he doesn't want to spend half his day deleting. Now, he says the word fox, and then he adds the word sucking to it. Okay, so fox, sucking, scumbag, Russian bots, and some maggot cockroaches like you. This guy is completely unhinged. He goes, go take away some women's rights, keep some black people from voting, go harass a trans event. Oh, okay. You mean like for those little kids that are being read to by somebody that you would never 2 years ago or 30 seconds ago allow your kids to hang out with or go near? See that? You want to stay away from that. Your kid goes outside, sees that. I go, we go the other direction. We see that, we go the other direction. Oh, that's hateful. No, that's called normal. I don't care if you're left, right, center, don't know what you are, don't vote, apolitical. You're just trying to live your 80 or so years and get off the planet unscathed, which is impossible, by the way. But then he goes on to say, go shoot some kids. Do what Republicans do and get the bleep out of my feed. Oh, so is he implying that the Tennessee shooter or all shooters of kids are Republicans? Wow. Wow. There is so much to unpack here. You know, you could do several videos about this, but much like Little Stevie, I'm not going to waste my entire day rebutting his ridiculous comments. Anyway, the article says this is not the first time Van Zandt has entered the political realm. Yeah, no kidding, huh? As Breitbart News reported in 2016, he declared the best way to punish states passing really vile and evil religious freedom legislation is to hurt them economically. Okay, vile and evil religious. Look, I'm not going to give anyone a lesson on the Constitution here. But the Constitution was kind of designed for a religious people. Hence, that's why it doesn't work anymore. Can I just put that out there? It doesn't work anymore because we are not a religious people. But these are really vile and evil religious freedom laws. Isn't that like part of the First Amendment too? Just checking. Maybe it's not. Maybe it just all got revoked. Like you can't do religious freedom anymore. Anyway, that came after Springsteen announced he had abruptly canceled a show in Greensboro, North Carolina, to protest the new bathroom law. And Van Zandt spoke to reporters about the band's decision to pull the plug on its fans. Now, for two reasons, that's bizarre. Because the people who are going to see Springsteen are probably not the same people who passed the law. It's like putting sanctions on a country to try to hurt the country's government, right? But who gets hurt? The little guy, the people just trying to make ends meet because now things cost more or they can't get those things. And yeah, it's like putting a sanction. So that's really stupid. Yeah, I'm canceling the show because of the law they enacted. You people need to go back and vote differently, and then we'll come back and play a concert here. Ooh, I can't go see Springsteen in Greensboro. Quick, let boys run inside the girls' locker room. Let's let them do it. I mean, we are totally insane. These people seem insane to me. All right, now I grew up listening to this music. Again, I jumped off Springsteen's bandwagon probably after Born in the USA, but I was more into like The River because that came out when I was really listening to all kinds of music, and some of that album is really good, like things like Hungry Heart, but there are other songs on there that were all over rock stations. Back in the day when rock stations would play music that didn't make your ears bleed all the time. You know, you'd have a balance of harder stuff and more mellow stuff mixed in. And, you know, those were the good days. But good old days or just good days, I don't know. These people, though, have pushed this Overton window of what it means to be, I don't know, what are they? Is this just wokeness, or is this what it means to be a Democrat or a liberal or whatever it is? Because I don't understand this. In the old days, progressives, they might disagree with you, but they would fight for your right to say it, and they wouldn't threaten you like with extermination, because that's the beginning of this article. I mean, I wasn't sure I wanted to do this video because it's just too harsh. I can't believe this guy is saying this stuff. All right, even if you believe this, you don't say it out loud. Look, they know, Springsteen's crew knows. They're not getting Donald Trump supporters going to their shows, a very small percentage. And if they are Trump supporters, they're keeping it to themselves. They're in the closet, right? But this stuff here, where you're not going to do a concert because the state passes a law that doesn't allow boys to go inside the girls' bathroom. That's what we're talking about. There's nothing I'm embellishing here. Those are facts, okay? Do you want your little girl going into the bathroom and then some strange guy walk in after she goes in there? Do you think that's normal? Because if you think that's normal, you need to get some help. All right, you need to go see someone who can counsel you, because I got nothing after that. And this guy is saying that that's why we canceled the concert in Greensboro. And I can't have a dialogue with people who disagree with me either and say, here's my point, what's your point? It's more like insult, name something snapped in the world, something, whether it was Trump who made everything snap. But when it comes to these cultural issues, in the last 2 years, and I would say in the last week especially, like last week, in light of these shootings that happened where nobody seemed to care about the motive, but boy, do they care about the gun. Oh, it doesn't matter what the motive is. No? So you don't want to prevent this from happening again, because you can take all of the sharp objects out of the room or make it really difficult to get them. But you can print a gun today. You know, 3D printer, have you heard of that? But even worse, okay, criminals typically don't obey the law. Well, this person got their firearm legally. Yeah, and that was a problem based on their state of lack of mental awareness, mental health, however you want to describe it. But of course, nothing about mental health here. Nothing about wondering what's going wrong with society and people who feel as though they need to do this kind of thing. They obviously have very little hope in the future. And that's not my fault because I want to keep boys and girls separate in the bathroom. That's not my fault. That's, in fact, any dad worth, I don't know, 2 cents would say, no, are you crazy? Those are the responses. Those are the proper, normal responses. Are you out of your mind? So again, you don't have to be a Republican. I'm sure there are Democrats. I'm sure there are people who are apolitical, who are just fed up with everything. You know, there are a group of people that are laughing at the political world every day. Look at these people. This is just a joke. Frank Zappa was right. It's just the entertainment wing of the military-industrial complex, and you can add the medical-industrial complex, the entertainment industrial complex, the music industrial complex. These people have all lost their mind across the board, and it's worse in the entertainment world. And this proves it. So anyway, thanks, Jonesy. You made my day sending me this information. Wow. Now I got to go take a shower. Here's Backwoods Spirit. They're not a backwoods band. I mean, they're just a good band if you like the Black Crowes and the Allman Brothers and things like that. They're from Sweden. That's probably why you've never heard of them. Catchy title for a band and fun album cover too. I like decent album covers. Anyway, sorry for this video, folks. Just things are getting insane.